All right, I believe it's on.
All right, great. Thank you everybody for joining us. Today's May 28th, 2025, and the time is 5:21. I'll call the Governing Council meeting to order. 21. And we don't have any guests with us today. So
We do,
Oh,
online.
I'm sorry. For, that's for public comment, right? So we have a public comment and also, I'm sorry, guests.
But we have any guests.
We introduce.
I guess we'll candidates.
Welcome anybody that, is I guess today, but move on to roll call. Brittany Barreras, present. Bernadette Fritz is not able to join us today. Melissa Ontiveros is also not able to join us today. Jessica Montoya.
Here, present.
Thank you. And Charlotte Trujillo.
Present.
Great. So now we'll move over to public comment. I know we got one via email. So I'll read that out loud from Sonia Vigil. Who is the budget committee? Can you provide a list of committee members and documentation of budget meetings with listed dates and locations? Thank you. Sonia Vigil. So I think that we can maybe like respond via email, but just a reminder, not a response, but just a reminder that at the bottom of our agendas is all of the committees and who's on them, and then they always take place. It's also on the website, but they always take place here at the school right before our regular governing council meeting. All right, was that the only public comment, I think?
It looks like
Okay.
we need a yes.
All right, great. And then everybody has today's agenda. If I could get a motion to approve today's agenda.
I'll motion to approve the agenda for today.
And I will,
I'll second.
oh, great, thank you, Jessica. No, you're good. We'll do a roll call vote. Brittany Barreras, yes. Jessica Montoya
Yes.
and Charlotte Trujillo.
Yes.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Great. So now, we had two different sets of minutes from our last meetings, because we had a special meeting on the 5th of May. So we have minutes from 4/24, the regular meeting, and then 5/5, and that was the approval of the cap. If I could get a motion separately, I think, to approve those. I'll move to approve,
I can motion to approve the, sorry.
no, you're good.
I can cut you off.
Do we, I don't know if we have to separate them, or if we can just say for both of them.
I think you have to,
Okay,
I think
okay.
yeah, I think you should separate.
No problem.
Yeah. So I'll motion to approve the minutes from April 24th, our regular meeting.
I will second that. Roll call vote, Brittany Barreras, yes. Jessica Montoya
Yes.
and Charlotte Trujillo.
Yes.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Great.
Aye.
And then I'll move a motion to approve the second set of minutes from May 5th.
I'll second.
Great. I will do a roll call vote, Brittany Barreras, yes. Jessica Montoya
Yes.
and Charlotte Trujillo.
Yes.
All those in favor say aye.
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 All right, we're moving down the agenda to action items. 5.1, consider approval of financial statements for previous months. And I believe we have Justine on with the Vigil group and then we have the bars and so a couple of other things to go over there.
Yes, so we did go over the financial reports in our finance committee. Just to kind of give a brief overview of what was discussed. We discussed that revenues were coming in as normal. There's an RFR deadline for all expenses up to May 31st. The RFR deadline set by PED is June 6th. So I'll make sure and get all RFRs done by then. And then any expenses up until June 30th, those RFRs will be due July 7th. So again, I'll make sure you get all those RFRs in before that deadline. I think there are only a couple of negative funds within the expenditure report, one being food service, which was a deficit from last year. So any funds that do have a negative amount on the available column that expense will be moved to the operational fund. And that was really it. I know there are some questions on what vendors from the check register report that we cleared up as well.
Great, and yeah, really good job. I agree, there was a lot of questions and stuff, but you cleared everything up, like always, so we appreciate it. Can I get a motion to approve the financial statements from April, April 2025?
I'll motion to approve the financial statements from the previous month.
And I'll second it. Do a roll call vote, Brittany Barreras, yes. Jessica Montoya
Yes.
and Charlie Trujillo.
Yes.
Thank you. Oh, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Aye.
All right, and then for the bars, Justin, did you want to quickly present those for us?
Yes, I can do that.
Thank
Would you like me to share my screen?
That would be great. We have them in front of us, but that would be cool if you could do that.
Justine, do you mind if we approve them one at a time?
Sure, we can approve them one at a time.
Thank you.
Okay, bar number 32, this is an increased bar for revenues received in the operational fund in the amount of $2,590. And this was for a refund of prior year expenditures. Do you want to approve after each bar?
Yeah,
We can do that.
I'll make a motion to approve bar ending in 32I.
I'll second.
Okay, we'll do a roll call vote. Brittany Barreras, yes. Jessica Montoya
Yes.
and Charlie Trio.
Yes.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Great. Thank you, Justine. Next one.
Bar number 33, this is an increased bar again for the operational fund for revenues received. This is in donations of $500.
The next one.
Oh, gotcha.
They were just
Okay.
stapled out of order.
Okay. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Awesome. Received $500. I'll motion to approve bar ending in 33I.
I will second it.
I'll second.
Oh, sorry. Thank you, Jessica. I'll do
Okay.
roll call. Brittany Barreras, yes. Jessica Montoya
Yes.
and Charlie Trio.
Yes.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Great, that passes. And then.
Bar number 34, so we have
Oh,
about
there it is.
a few bars. Bar number 34, this is an increased bar for the activity fund for revenues received in the amount of $3,039.90.
I will move to approve bar ending in 34I.
I'll second.
I'll second.
I'll do a roll call. Brittany Barreras, yes. Jessica Montoya
Yes.
and Charlie Trio.
Yes, sorry, Jessica.
All those in favor say aye.
Okay.
Aye.
Aye.
Thanks, guys. Sorry about
Last
that.
page.
Okay.
Bar number 35, this is a maintenance bar for the operational fund, just to clean up the negative line items. So we're moving money into that tax liability line that I mentioned earlier.
I will move that we approve bar ending in 35M.
I'll second.
Roll call. Brittany Barreras, yes. Jessica Montoya
Yes.
and Charlie Trio.
Yes.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Really funny. Okay. All right. And then-
Okay. Bar number 36, this is a decreased bar for the Title II fund. I think last year when doing the applications during budget, it was budgeted carryover and there wasn't actually any carryover. So it's a decrease of $15,000.
Okay, thank you. I'll move that we approve bar ending in 36D.
I'll second.
We'll do roll call. Brittany Badanas, yes. Jessica Montoya
Yes.
and Charlotte Trio.
Yes.
All those in favor say aye.
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 One more, right?
Is it?
And then the last bar, bar number 37, this is another decreased bar for Title I. Again, same situation, the carryovers came out from last year, and so, this is a decrease of $6,000.
Okay. I will move, that we approve bar ending in 37D.
I'll second.
Roll call. Brittany Badanas, yes. Jessica Montoya
Yes.
and Charlotte Trio.
Yes.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Thank you. And then,
We
Justine.
do have a cash transfer. So, after reviewing the financials from last year, there was a negative fund 31,400. This is special capital outlay. An RFR was not done last year in the amount of $16,493.88. So I'm proposing a cash transfer from the operational fund to 31,400 to clean up that negative cash.
I will move that we approve this permanent cash transfer for $16,493.88.
Well, second.
We'll do a roll call vote. Brittany Badanas, yes. Jessica Montoya
Yes.
and Charlotte Trio.
Yes.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Great, and I think that's it, right, Justine?
And as far as finances, I don't have the agenda in front of me. I
Oh, no
apologize.
problem.
Yeah.
I think that you're gonna stay on for the budget or no?
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
one more, like the salary schedule, I think we
Yeah.
worked on it a little bit.
Which we
That's the
can,
only other thing.
there's just one thing in between real quick, and it's, item number, sorry. 5.4, consider approval of the 2025-2026 Open Meetings Act, resolution, which it's kind of, right? I'll move that we, approve the 2025-2026 Open Meetings Act resolution.
I'll second. Yeah, this is just, we do this every year.
It's
Standard.
nothing changed on there.
Nothing
It's-
changed, yeah. I mean, even the times and the date.
Yep.
Same.
Yeah, everything is the same. Yeah. Did somebody second it? I'm sorry.
Jessica did.
Okay, great. Thank you, Jessica.
I think we both did, but you can count Jessica.
Okay. We'll do a roll call. Brittany Badanas, yes. Jessica Montoya
Yes.
and Charlotte Trio.
Yes.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. All right, now we're moving over to the number 5.5 on our agenda is the 2025-2026 budget and salary schedule with modifications. And then any modifications based on NMPD corrections / requirements, which I think was a 3% increase.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
For the salary,
For the salaries?
is that what you're saying? I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, so this is for the proposed budget, and it would include any increases that are required.
Yeah, I could kind of give you kind of the highlights of this budget if you'd like.
That would be awesome.
Okay, so with this budget, Baylor and I worked on this. We met a few times throughout the past couple of months. So what's reflected in this budget is teacher bases did go up. So they are now level 1 55, level 2 65, and level 3 75. All staff received a 4% increase. NIMSIA health benefits increased about 9.95%. Dental increased at 4%. There are rumors of maybe a cash carryover clawback. We don't know for sure, so that's just rumors that we've heard. that I just wanted to let you all know.
Can you just touch on that real quick, just?
Take it back.
I'm sorry?
Can you explain what that is?
Yeah, can you explain what that is?
Yeah, so I think that I forget what year this happened. They looked at all the cash balances for all school districts, and whoever had like a high cash balance in that operational fund, they did claw back. So, that's kind of what they're looking at again. But I'm not sure why. I feel like the state of New Mexico has a huge budget, but during, I would say this June or July last year, we received a memo from PED of a unit value increase. So we got our 975 in April last year. They increased the unit value in July. And I don't know if they maybe increased it too much, but they said that there was a $40 million shortfall. So in January, when they usually give the final unit value, they did not increase the unit value. We stayed flat. So I think that is why they're looking at that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think the last year was 2017, I want to say. Who Paul Aguilar, when we were looking at that.
Oh,
He
right,
actually
right.
was the one
Oh,
who did that when he was at PD. But we have lots of facilities related expenses that are coming up. So that's
Yeah,
why
that's-
we're saving
Right.
some of that stuff.
Yeah.
And just to let you guys know, you all probably received early on, even last semester, we sent that to the community input on the budget. We tried to start it
Yeah.
as early as we
Yeah.
could. Try and prioritize. We did go over it in our leadership. There's a parent on there, Zitlali.
Yeah.
You may have met her.
yeah, I feel like over the phone at
And
least.
so we discussed it a few times there, even before we even had a figure, but it's roughly based on what we had last year and just getting people's priorities. And we have those. I think I may have shared already the survey results, but I can send it to
like,
you.
I think
That
you did,
one we-
because I remember.
Yeah, yeah. And the 4% increase, that was that legislative or?
It was, and it's built into what they provide to us.
Yeah.
And I think it was a little bit bigger than I had expected, because there was I guess recalculation of the SEG this year after 20 years or so of not touching it.
And
Benefited
So
us.
is that was reflected on the, like, level 2, level 1, level 2, level 3, where level 3 is like 80,000? Is that
It's
the,
not,
what did it,
yes, but the base for 80 statewide is 75.
okay, but 80 is with the 4%?
No. Justine, you want to
No,
clarify?
the bases are, I'm not sure you're seeing the 80, but the bases are 55, 65, 75. We have to, anyone with like a level 3 license with 0 years experience has to get paid at least 75,000.
If they're, especially if they're coming in, but if you're already in the system, it's probably the
So all
higher.
returning staff different.
Okay, no, I was just looking at the draft salary schedule that you sent out.
Yeah,
We tried to match it so that a level 3, 15 years, let's say a teacher like Eddie Blea was making $85,000. We would hate to have a new person come in, level 3, 15 years, and they're making 75. So we tried to make it as fair as possible for new people coming in. The veteran folks obviously are going to keep getting the 3% last year, the 4% this year. It's just adding, but the new person with the same experience and level isn't going to get that. So we tried to get it as close as possible.
it's nice to actually see that.
I know.
It's just, yeah.
It's crazy,
Yeah.
isn't it?
For so
Wow.
long,
Yeah.
it was like not a thing at all. And
Yeah, I
so,
used to brag, oh, I'm gonna make 50 grand like this.
Right?
Yeah.
20 years ago.
yeah,
But now,
My
Yeah.
starting salary was $18,500,
you're kidding.
my first contract was $25,000.
1992. Crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Took a long time though, a lot of,
It's a lot of, yep.
now we gotta,
Yeah, it was stuck for a really long time. It didn't move, and finally and started funding it, which is great. Our teachers deserve it.
Yeah, for sure.
As I say, it's good to see it. I wanna be a teacher.
So what did we do? So did we approve this?
Is it,
Not yet, were you done, Justine, as far as like just presenting it, or?
Yeah, I wasn't gonna go line by line,
Yeah.
I didn't know if you had any other questions, but it is a balanced budget, so our SCG this year is 1.8 million, next year is 2,014,000. So if we did that with that, SCG and projected cash carryover of 534,000, we do have a balanced budget, so if you have any questions on anything, please let me know.
No, I think that it looks great. Jessica, did you have any questions on it? I want, sorry.
No. I mean, I guess, I was just curious it's just kind of confusing because there's so many different moving parts and,
yeah.
but that was my only question. Thank you.
I actually do have a question on this particular line, Baylor. Yes, probably more for you. And it's under, salary expenses subs. I mean, there's a huge difference
It is
there.
a big one.
And so I'm kind of curious.
It's like a big
kind
amount,
of
basically, right?
Yeah. a big
Yeah, let me
difference.
explain
There's a
that one.
huge difference.
We don't utilize any sub, we've had to build and try and get our own subs, is always the case. But we don't have a designated, although we do have a social worker on site part-time. She does see, all kids, mainly students with disabilities, also sometimes, students without disabilities. We did away with a full-time, counselor, if you recall.
Mhm.
What we're utilizing are twofold, two birds with one stone. Seems to be working out. We utilize Miss Isabel and Miss Madi as long-term subs, but they're also serving pretty well as like interventionists for the kids, not therapy or anything of that sort, but really like mentors for the kids can go to and so forth. So they've been able to provide that support to the kiddos, and lifesaver, had a number of issues. They've been able to, address those concerns. Yeah, so it's kind of a twofold. They are obviously our permanent subs, but when people are not out, they're actually like helping, working with kids and everything. So.
And then, just related to that, the EAs, so is there like one permanent EA? Are these two things like?
You know what, there could be an EA.
Okay,
It's the same as there could be an Ed Fellow, but there's an application process for it now. And the Ed Fellow piece, we don't need an EA. We don't need an EA. Why do we have one /Ed Fellow? Because it was money from the state and from federal stimulus.
And
So
also,
we
I
took advantage of
assume a candidate that was interested.
And a candidate we actually
Right.
were awarded 2 EA/Ed Fellow positions, but we only filled one. We didn't need anybody, but we were able to fill one as a potential teacher at some point.
Yeah.
But are we gonna have that next year? Maybe, because there was cuts in the Ed Fellow program. And, we'll have to discuss whether, first of all, there's an application process. We're not even sure we'll get selected again.
So basically, it's in the budget just in case.
Just in case.
Yes,
Yeah,
in
that makes
case.
I mean, it can always be moved or
Yep.
later on.
Or not used.
Yeah, or not used, yeah.
I guess it depends on how the application turns out, if it's approved or not, and so forth. But no promises to the person who currently holds it, unfortunately. It's kind of in the limbo right now.
makes sense.
Hopefully it'll work out.
I think the other question I had, but I think you answered it, or it's actually on the agenda, was under function 1,000 instruction, there was a specialist in the amount of 47,000, but I believe it's that contract.
Say it again?
It was on function 1,000, there was a specialist and there wasn't any money allocated to this year, but next year in the proposed budget, there was some money, $47,000
That's.
allocated to the JMP.
Oh, we're not even sure it'll pay that much, but
Right.
that was the quote I got.
Okay. So it's in the budget in the event that the board, well, that you, like you said, it doesn't have to be approved by the board, but it is allocated for that purpose.
Yeah, and again, the state is rolling out a monitoring, system, hadn't been done before, where cohort 1, cohort 2, cohort 3, they can't go out to all 79 school districts and 100 charter schools. So they split it up in thirds. Some got it this year on site, we'll get it next year on site, another group will get it the following year. We just
So
wanna
every
make
3
sure.
years you get audited basically in special ed records.
Yes, at least for now. That's what the current.
I think that's what APS does in their charter schools, actually. Something like that. Okay, those were the only questions that I had about the proposed budget.
I can move that we, approve the proposed budget for fiscal year 2026. We'll do a roll call vote. Brittany Barreras, yes. Jessica Montoya
Yes.
and Charlotte Trujillo.
Yes.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Okay. Moving along to, action item on the agenda, it's number 5.6, consider approval of the 2025-2026 IDEA B application. Baylor, I know we've seen this a bunch of times. You want to just quickly?
Yeah, quickly,
cover
there's,
that?
it looks like the allocation is $38,303 this year. And it's, like in the past, it's always gone to ancillary, it doesn't cover all ancillary, but it's tentatively, budgeted in, it's not in OBMS yet or anything, tentatively budgeted in for, diagnostician and, social work services.
All
It
right.
won't cover all of it, but.
Do you know like a percentage or anything of like a guess on how much it does actually cover or? I know it doesn't ever, it's never gonna cover it, right?
It's, I want to say for ancillary services, SLP, OT, diag,
Social work.
and social work, I want to say we probably spent 90.
I remember seeing it, maybe, I don't know why, but what document I was looking at.
78, 90, something like that.
It was close, yeah, it was like $70,000. And I remember, it is a lot of money.
Wow.
But the idea doesn't cover it.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, it never has.
Well, I'll move to approve, the 2025-2026 IDEA B application.
I'll second.
Okay, we'll do a roll call vote. Brittany Barreras, yes. Jessica Montoya
Yes.
and Charlotte Trujillo.
Yes.
All those in favor say aye.
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 All right, and then we do, the next is 5.7. It's the consider approval of the parking lot rental contract, which we do all have. I just wanted to circle back with, Justine really quick. I don't think that, thank you so much, Justine. I don't think there's anything else that, you can, of course, you can stay on if you'd like, but I didn't want you to feel like you had to stay on. I think that's it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. She might have already. Okay, but so 5.7 is the parking lot.
Property lease rental agreement.
Yeah, I think it went up 3%, which is,
It'll always go
It's-
3%
yep.
every year.
and other than that, everything stays the same.
And it's a 2-year lease.
2 years, yes.
2-year. Glad you were able to talk them into at least that.
I'm actually really impressed. That's a good thing.
So, yeah. I'll motion to approve the property lease rental agreement for between I was gonna say SLA, between South Valley Prep and Durant Family Trust, I'm so sorry.
That's okay. I'll second. Oh, thank you, Jessica, sorry about that. We'll do a roll call vote. Brittany Bardas, yes. Jessica Montoya?
Yes.
And Charlotte Trujillo.
Yes.
All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Awesome, that passes. Next is the contract with our bus service, which is Albert Sanchez Bus Company, and this was just gonna be a 1-year, contract. I think that's
Let me give
exactly.
you background on that one.
Yeah.
We were spending a little more than in the past, but, our bus company, I did tell him, that there was a possibility we could look at somewhere else with not have transportation. He worked with us, said we get an allocation every year, so we basically matched the allocation we got from the state. He was cool with it.
That's awesome.
It's for a total of $87,914.
It's literally what the amount of so,
Yep. And, you said that he came down.
yeah,
Okay.
he's good with it.
That's good.
So there aren't any changes in the pickups or anything
No
else?
changes, there is going to be, a separate, purchase order, for non-to and from, so little
Activities,
activities, yes.
field trips.
Teacher will have that, that's the plan, things like that, but that'll be separate.
This contract is just the to and from.
Yes.
Got it.
I'll motion to approve, sorry.
No.
Jumping on your.
Go for it. I was stuttering, so go for it.
Motion to approve the transportation contract between SVP and Albert Sanchez Bus.
I will second it. Do a roll call vote. Brittany Bardas, yes. Jessica Montoya?
Yes.
And Charlotte Trujillo?
Yes.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Contract passes. Moving down to 5.9, which is going to be another agreement for legal services between South Valley Preparatory School and Charter Law Office. This is the
Standard.
same, yeah, standard, it's the same.
There's no, I believe there, in the actual agreement, there's no money amount attached to it. It's just basic agreement, and then the school chooses to do a PO based on whatever amount they feel.
It does have like a $400 per hour for services. Yeah, there's, or wait, actually, sorry, 300 for standard legal services, 400 for services related to real estate financing, private bond transactions, and then there's also $200 per hour for paralegal services. Oh, and there's one more. $130 per hour plus.
So that's for paralegal.
Oh,
The
I'm
200
sorry,
is
yeah.
contract attorneys.
Yep. This is, yeah, standard. I will move to approve the professional services agreement between South Valley Preparatory School and Charter Law Office. And the dates are May 28th, 2025. Today, I think it's one. Yeah, it's a
We,
1 year.
yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be, we already have one with the
Right.
agreement, but it'll be July 1st.
So it's fiscal year, right, July 1 through June 30th.
Yes. 2025.
Oh, yeah,
26.
yeah, it's right there on the 76.
Okay.
So
I'll
I'll second. Okay, thank you, Jessica, we'll do roll call, with Bardas, yes. Jessica Montoya?
Yes.
And Charlotte Trujillo.
Yes.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, sorry. All right, and, the capital assets policy, which is just, all assets, purchased with an individual cost of $5,000 or more, or a bulk purchase, and the assets, are at or exceed 60,000, are included on the listing and depreciated over, the assets estimated use. The exact same thing that we do to the depreciation of, anything that's over $5,000 for one thing, or a group for 16. Nothing, changed, here either, just have to do this, to put it in our, financial policies.
We'll make a motion to approve the capital assets policy.
I will second it. We'll do a roll call vote. Brittany Bananas, yes. Jessica Montoya
Yes?
and Charlotte Schubert.
Yes.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. I'm getting excited as we move down the agenda.
I know that was a big agenda.
Next, Baylor is your executive director's report, please.
All right, just, we'll try to, we talked a little bit about some things already. We're working on a few items like the 90-day plan. It's like the NM dash, but a little bit more detailed. The district probably the only was in the past required to do. We've been working with staff on that one. Obviously, in the area, we've got to do it for reading and math. And I believe I spoke about like the strategies, for example, for math, where CARM, creating lesson plans, going to she provided it to the RTI non-math teachers and so forth. Those were just like codified in the plan itself. We didn't want to do anything apart from that. So adult behaviors in anticipation of changing student outcomes. That's one thing I wanted to highlight. We do just as an FYI, we're a community eligible provision school again, free meals for all students and so forth, no forms. That's going to go through 2019. 2029, yes, sorry. We did have a site visit last year for 21st Centuries next year. There was one specific finding and then one and two recommendations where we treated them as findings. We haven't heard anything back, but just to kind of go over a little bit of it is the CAP. I think I actually took a screenshot of the two recommendations and finding. It's a table of some sort, green and blue.
Yeah.
And all of the responses for those involved have already been turned in.
So there's, 3 overall, and they've all been addressed already with the.
They've all been addressed, haven't gotten feedback for what we provided them what they were requesting.
And there was nothing, like fiscally,
No, they said there was none.
Okay.
On the bottom. They said-
They're just program recommendations.
Yeah, we are planning on not having 21st Century is federal. And so after next year, we're anticipating the reason for cash reserve being a little larger. It's also in our charter. It's also part of the recruiting, transportation, and parents working from various parts of South Valley and other parts of the city. I do think it needs to be free for parents. So we actually have kind of we've drafted a budget already. Shared it with Nora. In the event we don't get 21st Century, we're not counting on it. It's already there. That's why, we wanted to make sure we had enough cushion in our operational everything. So
thank you for doing that. Yeah, that's
It's important to.
super important, yeah.
we did also, in addition to that, we did actually write stuff in for after school and summer programming as a supplement through Title I, which is a good too.
Yes.
There was a give and take because those positions at one time in Title I funding, parent liaison kind of work, kind of did, Title I. Also, partially, assistant principal. So, just a few more updates and then, I'll stop. You guys can ask questions. We did, Justine and I did, go up to, PC on 24th. It seemed to have gone well, the PC regarding our financial cap. It will continue, not just this year, and the work contract, but in the following, year as well too. And I believe I shared the draft, but now formal, corrective action plan with the PC. All straightforward, we will work through it and everything, just need to provide her input and so forth. It's gonna be uploaded not by email, it's through a platform called App Center. They have heard of it.
Yeah, why am I not doing that?
I think it's more gonna be a permanent thing as opposed to, with there's turnover up there and turnover here as well too. They'll always have references.
That's
Who
a
are,
really good
who
idea.
was GC members 10 years ago, so forth. So we've actually submitted a lot of that stuff already. Who's on the finance committee, who's on the current audit committee and so forth, it's all in that center, so. Again, we talked about JMP or Jen Pena's, that's the person who owns the company, who planned to consult with for special ed.
I think that's a smart move. It's just hard sometimes as a teacher to have, you know.
Sometimes they don't have the capacity, they want, they
Yeah.
don't have the
They
capacity.
don't have the capacity, and then to have a second, you know, a third pair of eyes on things and
Like
just.
literally, that's what they do.
Exactly.
So that was the idea.
And I think contracting is also a good idea because they're a little disconnected, and so they don't, you know, it's easier for them to see things that might not be consistent across the board, so that making sure that we're in compliance.
Know that exactly,
That's-
they are, it's exactly, they work with other schools, so.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Just update on human resources piece. Knock on wood, we actually have every position hired. There might be a waiver for one teacher, he doesn't pass the endorsement area. But it's actually hired, so. All our teachers for 2025, 2026.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna stop there. You all have any questions for me?
Really great.
We did take the state assessment. I look almost every day to see if the results are back. My understanding is they're trying to turn it around, so,
How do you feel?
I feel pretty good about it.
How many students do you have asking you for those results? I'm
I
telling you.
believe for the Namasa, we got 100%.
Wow, 100%.
They're awesome. They're antsy about those results too. That's
They-
awesome
They
exciting.
actually get it, even the other assessment, the in-house, NWA math.
Oh, yeah.
Again, you ask it, any student, they'll know where they are. They're, I only went up 3 points. They truly know where they are, whether it's
I know.
performance or not.
I had I got a text from Carmela, saying that she, one of the kids scored like 3 O's,
Yeah.
you know, something,
Yes.
she said, I didn't even know the score went that high. That's
That's
like,
awesome.
right
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I heard a certain like 8th grader
Yeah.
getting on the phone and being like, oh, they're like clowning each other, but they're talking about like
Talking about
their test scores.
It's
That's
it's not big to them.
no, they're-
It's, you know,
Yeah.
it's like when you were here,
Right.
or we were a club, that's how it's functioning. So,
it's really good. It's a really
It is,
good
it is good, and I appreciate the, return of that culture, Baylor, very much so, because I think our kids.
literally, they don't pick up the pain.
Right.
Literally.
I know,
It's a game, it's a game.
It's a game, and it's a competition,
It is.
And it's not
which is
It's
awesome.
not just tests, like it's the excitement about
The
learning.
beauty is even when the ones,
Retaining it.
even the kids that do poorly, they know.
Yeah.
You're they're disappointed, but they're not afraid.
Right. They take it as an opportunity to
Yeah.
understand and improve.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. Great job.
It really changes the way that like they're seeing, they're feeling around tests and
And just the
it's super
confidence,
important
right?
to not have that anxiety attack.
Yeah.
You know, not being able to eat and everything
No,
like
there
it's
really
like,
isn't. We don't really have any kids like when you were
Yeah.
growing up and even here. There's not any kids that are like panicking or anything.
yeah. But that's because the culture is there, you know?
Yeah, and it's all about building that, and having kids understand that it's an opportunity to improve, like it's a constant opportunity to improve, so.
Yeah, the anxiety's not there, but
Yeah.
the competition, I mean, it's super friendly and like, yeah,
It's awesome.
It's really cool.
That's all I have, guys.
Thank you very much, Taylor. Really good job. Okay, next we'll move down to number 7, discussion items. 7.1, is council trainings. I just wanted to flag for everybody that, June 10th and 11th is the Charter Schools Conference, and we did get emails on it, but if anybody didn't get a chance to sign up and they want to, I could forward it to you. It's a great opportunity for, food and some learning, and also just
My understanding is training could be fulfilled for those who haven't completed for this year, or it could be fulfilled for next year.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. It's also just a really great networking opportunity, meeting, people, seeing what they're doing as well. So, wanted to flag that, and then, our next meeting is going to be
June 25th?
June 25th. So June 25th, and then again, our finance, members will get here at 4. And then our regular meeting starts either at 5 or directly after our finance meeting. Sometimes we do run late on that. So that's it. Does anybody have anything else?
No, but just a heads up, I might not be able to make
The
it.
25th is gonna be weird for me too. I have an out of town, work thing, but I think I should be able to be back by then, but, yeah, I'll keep everybody posted.
I'll keep you.
That's why a lot of
Yeah.
the contracts and things like that, we figured
Yep.
we try and address it if we can.
I think Justine did mention that she had some deadline that she needed to meet in June or something, I don't know, we might want to
I'll
touch base
check
with
with
her, yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay, great. Then I will call this meeting adjourned at 6:09.
Nice.
Okay.
Hey, Jessica,
you.
thank you.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Jessica.
Jessica, thank you so much. You're awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you guys. Have a good night.
You too. We'll see you soon.
Thank you. Bye-bye.